Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat come in off a critical Game 1 win and are now poised and prepared as they attempt to take a 2-0 lead against the Toronto Raptors. The Eastern Conference Finals continue.
Hi again, thanks for joining us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Well, it was a great Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Game 2, just about ready to tip off. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. So with Cousins on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. We've got Durant. Johnson is out there with Anthony. And there's Hastings. And it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot. Manning the middle. And for Toronto, Haywood is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Tony Parker. Then it's Thompson. And it's Howard in at the 5. You look at the Raptors. After losing Game 1 here on their home court, Greg, I sense an air of desperation.
No doubt. You have to treat this like a Game 7. You can't afford to head out on the road down 2-0. Early as it may be, they already find themselves in a must-win situation.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Here's Hastings. Durant with the screen on Antetokounmpo. Hastings, the pass to Durant. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Here's Haywood. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Durant, Anthony up on top. Johnson against Parker. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Now, here is Haywood. Fades away. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Parker after Magic Johnson's bucket. And that one drops.
And how about Parker there? Incredible job with the handle and the footwork to get that one.
Parker against Johnson. And sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And the Raptors making a change here. Garnett's checked in. And Miami with a change here too. Iverson's checked in. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And the jumper off target to finish the break. Iverson against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Gilmore. Gets a hand on it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Hastings got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Now here's Thompson. Parker sets the screen for Thompson. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Howard kicks to Garnett. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Robertson, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Heat also with the sub. O'Neal's checked in for Durant. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. To the left wing. Here's Hastings. Misses the three.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Toronto shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
First team foul. At the line for two.
And that one falls for Parker.
And Parker has such speed and creativity, just causes the defense fits in terms of how to properly guard.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Now comes in for Howard. And Giannis is subbed in for Robertson. Now here's Iverson. Scoreless thus far. Here's Hastings. Rebound by the Raptors. They're coming to this one after losing on Sunday.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
For Miami, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Pass to Giannis. Fast break, here we go. All going up court. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Robertson. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Second team foul. At the line for 2. The Big O.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Now here's Iverson. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Heat lead by 2. The second. Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Final. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
The Heat with the lead. They've got Yao. Garnett is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Robertson. And it's Carter in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
And you have to appreciate the reach of Ming. Superb at putting himself in a good position there to block the shot.
Here's Bryant. It's tipped. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Maxey against Robertson. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Maxey looking it over. Here's KD. Garnett with the block. Here's Carter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And also, how about how disruptive they've been on defense, not allowing the opposition to get comfortable, and also being able to create a lot of steals as well.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
It's deflected and stolen by Maxey. And here's Anthony for 3. Carter pulls it in. Giannis outside. There's the lob, and the setup, and the slam by Giannis.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Thompson, he's checked in for the Raptors. Hastings, he's checked in for the Heat. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Robertson against Maxey. KD on the wing. Stolen by Haywood. One-on-one here. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo with the finish.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Maxey passes to Iverson. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist. Anthony's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
The Raptors making a switch here. Parker's checked in.
Now into the lineup for your Raptors. Number 9, Tony.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Garnett wide open. Good on the triple. Garnett's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best.
Iverson, no luck. Toronto, they've gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Good work there as it goes. Thompson's got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Here's Haywood. Back to Giannis. Inside. Here's Garnett. Miami grabs the miss. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Durant.
And that's a scary sight for the defense. The last thing you want is for Durant to find his rhythm from downtown.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts in the game. First one falls for him. Some changes here for the Raptors. Now comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Robertson in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then for Miami, Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Durant. Kobe comes in for Iverson. And it's Johnson in for Maxey.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Heat have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Thompson outside. And Thompson slams it home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
There's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Howard's checked in for the Raptors. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Robertson. Anthony in the corner. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. A wide open look for Durant. And the 3 off target.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Parker. Thompson in the corner. From the high post. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Heat trail by 6. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Johnson, the pass to Gilmore. Lets it go with the 3. And again, it's the Heat missing. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. He gets that one. Parker's got 8.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. 1 more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. KD looking around. Anthony with the screen on Haywood.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead, up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, is the pace where you want it so far?
The pace, yeah, right now. It's early, so we know they're a veteran team here at home. There'll be several runs in this game.
Especially on the road. The defense leads to that pace, I know. Thanks a lot, Spo. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we welcome you to halftime, without question, Game 2 has been a battle for the Toronto Raptors.
Love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been easy for them. It's hard to score inside when the defense is collapsing on you.
Who needs 3-pointers anyway?
Kenny did.
So thank you, Ernie.
Taking a look at how the series is going for the Raptors. They're trying to even the series at 1 apiece. Kenny, how critical is this win for them?
You might say it's still early, but you don't want to drop 2 in a row on your home court now.
I agree. They've already lost home court advantage. Don't want to dig that hole any deeper.
And that would be deep, just like your analysis is from time to time, guys. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. It's been a clinic out there by the franchise.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possession.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. They've got Magic Johnson. Durant is out there with Hastings. Then it's Anthony, and it's Gilmore in at the center. Raptors with the lead. Knocked loose. KD passes to Hastings. Puts up a deep 3 for the lead. Thompson with the rebound. Raptors shooting so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. Anthony against Parker. Anthony drawing the double team. Lays it up and off the glass. Anthony's got 10 points.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And that one's good. Parker.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Out to Thompson, 20 feet out, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. And it's a 3-point Toronto lead. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Kicks it out to Johnson. Right wing, stolen by Haywood. There goes Giannis, and the dunk by Giannis.
And big men aren't supposed to move that well in the open floor. That's a big reason Giannis earned the name, the Freak.
Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Look at the franchise, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Now Johnson. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Anthony. Johnson outside. Outside Durant to the right side. Here's Hastings. The putback. Pass to Gilmore. Anthony looking it over. Outside Durant. Clock at 6. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
First free throw is good.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And Toronto making a change here. Garnett's checked in, and Miami with a change here too. Iverson's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Allen Iverson on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
The Heat have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Shooting for Miami, Hastings. At the line for 2.
Shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Pass to Howard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And really, Howard is so adept at drawing contact, using those bruising shoulders and muscular frame to his advantage.
Raptors have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Howard.
And the defensive prowess of Howard is simply phenomenal. Not only a shot-blocking master, but his mere presence alone makes shooters incredibly nervous.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Garnett outside. Back to Parker. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Connects from three-point range.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
KG, that's good.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
The Heat haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That's good from Durant.
KD, one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA. The intrigue is how he does it with his stature.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Yao checked in for Howard. Carter comes in for Thompson. And it's Robertson in for Parker. Bounce pass on Antetokounmpo. Robertson passes to Yao. Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. Yao's got his first points of the night.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Maxey against Robertson. Outside, Maxey. The three from Iverson. Nailed from three-point land. Iverson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Raptors lead by 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start.